Hey everybody, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. Rival here, and I haven't actually done anything on Horizon Zero Dawn for an entire week. I've been taking a little break, doing some stuff, so I've come back and found that, we've got a job to hand in the hunting lodge. We've got a little job. That guy wanted us to grab something for him, and Zero Dawn's project facility as well. We've also got loads of stuff to do with the training grounds, and we've got the tutorial missions to do as well. The ones where we have to use the weapons in certain ways and things like that. So there's a lot of XP on the floor, just so much. If I go to the quests and go to tutorials, there's 3,830 there, 5,000 there, 3,000. 2,600, just so much. I mean, some of these are ridiculously easy for where we are. If we go to the one at the very bottom, trip caster, trip machines with shock wires. It's easy enough. All the issue is you've actually got to have these selected. So if you actually want to do these, because we've done a lot of them already, but if you actually want to get the credit for them, you've got to have the actual mission selected, which is why they've not given us that XP. We haven't actually gone out saying this is what we're gonna do. Kind of sucks, but at the same time, like shoot power cells using shock arrows, and it tells you where you can find them: scrappers, longlegs, tramplers, ravagers, behemoths, and thunderjaws. That's it. That's all it is. Remove parts using tear blast arrows. Well, we've done that so many times, but you have to have the mission selected. Trip machines using blast wires. Easy. You guys know how many times I've done that. This one is shock machines weak to shock damage using shock bombs. That's stalkers and long legs. It's not really ideal, but easy to do. There's actually some stalkers near Meridian that we could go to quite easily. Freeze robots weak to freeze damage using freeze bombs, tramplers, fire bellowbacks, and rock breakers. Well, we'll go for the tramplers because they're easier to deal with. Trip machines with fire wires, easy. Shoot place machines, super easy. Just you have to select them and say, I'm going to do that now. That's the only difference. Kind of sucks, but, understandable why they made you kind of go out and do it. Because they want you to actually, when you pick up a new weapon, they want you to learn how to use it straight away. But it's really, really easy XP to pick up. Anyway. Yo, Doofus! What's happening, buddy?
Talana, always a pleasure. I see you've brought your pet.
Greetings, Sunhawk. I hereby sponsor Aloy of the Nora for membership in the Hunter's Lodge.
No. Look at her. She's lowborn, a savage. This is beneath even you, Talana.
She has fulfilled the requirements. And Sun King Avad decreed the lodge should be open to all.
Indeed.
She did save his life. But I'm sure he'll listen to your prejudice over his own common sense. Would you like to take it up with him?
The word of the Sun King is indeed law. Even though it will bring ruin to the lodge, so be it.
Oh, you're a dumpy.
Do you, Aloy of the Nora, pledge to act rightly and nobly when in service to the lodge all the days to follow?
I do.
Members of the lodge, even though Tarkus is barely cold, I present to you Aloy of the Nora. Member and Thrush, what say you all?
To the hunt!
Oh,
Sponsoring an outlander. While you make meaningless gestures, I'll be finding Red Maw.
Congratulations. Yay, we did it. Okay. Ooh, Tear Blast weapon box. Nice. What's that quest that just popped up? Deadliest game. To allow instructor to improve her standing in the lodge by bringing back Thunderjaw and Storm trophies. Oh, great.
This is a good day.
Happy days. Redmaw?
What's Redmaw?
Few have seen it. A Thunderjaw marked by years of battle. Some say it still bears the marks of over a dozen hunters on its flank. How many it has trampled along the way, we may never know. When members go hunting and never return, We often blame Redmaw. But to me, it's more than legend. It's the only machine that will unseat Assis. My sponsor nearly had it, but he didn't make it.
I'm sorry.
Tarkus sponsored me out of loyalty to my family. He was my last link to them, besides the lodge itself. I have to unseat Assis.
Yeah, what is his deal anyway?
I know why I hate Assis. Why do you?
My family has always boasted members in the lodge. My father and brother were both Hawks. Assis let their sacrifice be forgotten.
What sacrifice?
They died in the massacre. They should be honored as Hawks. Instead, Assis will not let anyone mention it.
Why? Let's say massacre.
What happened in the massacre?
King Jiran's paranoia knew no bounds. He sent thousands of innocents to die in the Sun Ring. When the Hawks of the Lodge called for him to stop the slaughter, he threw them in the ring too. Yet when the machines attacked the condemned, more Hawks leapt into the ring to defend them. And my father and brother were among them.
I'm so sorry.
Family.
How did your family come to be members of the Lodge?
Karja noble houses have sent sons to the Lodge for generations. Because they needed another place to lord over the commoners. I want to change that. The idea that someone is worthy or not by virtue of birth alone. Everyone thinks they have me pegged as soon as they hear Talana Khan Padish. I hate that.
I understand. My whole life I lived as an outcast from the Nora. They would have been the first to say I wasn't one of them. Yet as soon as I leave the sacred lands, everyone calls me Aloy of the Nora. It should be Aloy despite the Nora.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'll remember that.
Sunray?
What happened to the men in the Sun Ring?
They died fighting. If you wish to hear the story, Legan can tell it better. He saw it with his own eyes. I did not. The morning of the massacre, my father told me to meet him outside the city. He told me they were planning an escape. I waited for hours until a message came from my father. I had to leave the city. So I fled when I should have fought by his side.
He didn't want you to die with them.
Nor would he want their names forgotten. Especially by the man who benefited most from their deaths, Assis.
So what
Now that you're a Thrush, you should improve your reputation. Why don't you hunt down a Thunderjaw and a Stormbird?
You want me to go trophy hunting?
You're not just any Thrush. You're mine. And you better make me look good.
But what about Redmaw?
I will find him. And when I do, I expect you to be there.
Okay, so that's fairly good. Basically, fight a Stormbird, fight a Thunderjaw, so you know what you're doing when you get there. Well, we're not going to do that right now. Because we've got more important things to do. Okay. So yeah, we're not doing them. I mean, it's showing us where Stormbird is, and it's showing us obviously where Thunderjaw is, but we already knew where that Thunderjaw was because we passed it on the way here. It's one of those things that, you know, you travel along this road all the way to Meridian, you pass a Thunderjaw on the way, you're not going to forget it because it's the first one you ever see. It's like, heh, Thunderjaw, nice. What have we got in our inventory? Because we've got some bits here. Okay, let's view. Tear Blast weapon. And some Tear Blast charges. That's nice. Blasts of compressed air from close-range weapon strip armor components from machines without the need to aim precisely. It's a shotgun. It's a shotgun. Even they're more vulnerable to follow-up attacks. Cannot be modified. Okay, so it can't be have anything added to it. Well, it's alright, I suppose. I'll think about it. I might hold on to that. But I kind of like my long-range Tear Blast arrows as opposed to my short-range. You know? It's just my thing. It's my thing. I have a thing. Right. Let's... So many modifications. I'm almost at half capacity. That's not a good thing, people. Damage core. I've got 42% damage core, so I'm going to get rid of you. You. Kind of make some space, you know. Oh my god. Look at all these. I'll get rid of that 41 because it doesn't have tear as well. Oh, they all have tear. So nice. So nice. Got so many of these tears as well. Sell you. You got 38 in that. Yeah, so let's do that. Excelente. We've also got these. Look at these shock coils. I've got this corruption coil as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. Greens are not really going to do us much good now. They don't give us enough of a boost. So I'm going to stick to 4s and to blues and purples. They're pretty much the best ones you can pick up. I've got a 49% damage coil with 33% handling and 17% shock. I may start drooling. I may start drooling. Alright, what have I got on you? Not great. I mean, really? It should go on my warbow. But it's not really the kind of right one for that. 37 and 43. That gives extra corruption. I really want to keep the extra corruption. They're all tears. That's... And I got a 37. That's a 39. Okay. Oh, so annoying. Right, so these are damaged. 33% handling, 17% shock, and 49% damage. That's just insane. That just makes my boat so much more better on handling. What's the handling? 59%. I've just got to do it, haven't I? More warbone, maybe? The shock's really not going to help. It does increase our overall damage. But not by as much as I thought. It's only giving us +1 on our hardpoint arrows. It does give us extra handling, but I think it'd probably be better on my sharp shot bow. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to start thinking about what I want to put things on now. Oh, it's too much. Too much. That's a 52. What's the handling on that? 56. So I can make this easier to handle. Done. Done, 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 done. Done, 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 done. 43, 44. 55 and 56, fine. You. I don't think I've got anything better for you, have I? 44. That's a 43 with tear. 40 and 10 tear. 37. Yeah, I've got nothing really better. Oh, it's just all the good. Obviously we've got this now as well. This tear blast ammo pouch. Probably not going to use this as much as I think. I'm not going to spend the fishbone on that. I'm just not. Potions pouch. I could upgrade that. It does give us a fishbone. I need fish bones and fish skins and things. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. What do you need? 1 echo shell, 1 metal vessel. I like you. Alright, let's take a look at... You haven't got anything extra to boost that. Nothing on there. I've only got like sickness eaters, and that's already at 106. Oh, so much stuff. Okay, we are traveling to that. I'm going to activate that quest. It's going to mean that we're not going to be well, we're going to be locked in to story for quite a while. After that, we are going to come back. We're going to start picking up like the plants and the vantage points and things. I'm going to try and pick up all the plants because you don't need to see where I picked them up from. They're on the map. It's fine. But we're going to do as much of these things as we can to kind of just clear things out. What is that? Why is that marked as complete? I know I've already done that. So why is that still marked? I don't know. We're going to get the cauldrons done. I will get the hunting grounds done as much as possible, kind of off camera, because you know they'll take a while. They're skill based, and I'm just you got to get them done in a certain amount of time and all that kind of stuff. But like the handing things in, and I'll try and do kind of montages of me beating things, but you know, not bore you to death with repeated attempts, because that's just boring. But anyway, once we've done Zero Dawn, we'll be locked into story for a while, so the next couple of videos are probably going to be along that line. And then we'll get to other things to kind of move things along. Kind of looking forward to Zero Dawn, though. There is an awful lot of story in here, and I think you guys are going to love it to pieces. I'll try and keep it all in one piece as well. It's not going to be easy, unfortunately. Because it's a lot in there. So much. Alright.
I remember that Edelman's gone.
Don't need to go all the way up. We can just run around here, I think. Oh, no, we do. There's the sun ring. All interesting. Guards, how you doing? Nice to see you all. Oh, what's that?
Now we don't even have
down
a Sun King. What did we do to deserve this?
Well, you were a numpty and chose the wrong side. We're gonna need that. Get out of my way.
And now we've lost Edelman.
Get out of my way.
Is there no one left to put our faith in?
Yes, there is. Aloy! Despite Lenora. Put your faith in her. She's awesome. Alright.
Sunlight always
This is where we're going.
no matter what.
We're going down there. You see that down there? You see that? You see it? Where we're going. Oh, right. You have to go up to come back down, basically. I fell down here once because I didn't know where I was going, and I got confused.
The
was
other
very
side of the tower. Look for a vent.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Yeah, right. So that's basically the game's way of telling you, once you go in here, you're going to be locked into story for a while. Now, it's not like most games when they do this. It's like you're into the end game and that's it. We've got a lot to do yet, so we're good. But we've done a fair amount. There's not enough to fill an entire video up, so we're going to keep pushing in. Let's go, Aloy.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello?
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. Malfunction. Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Snowback here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
While that's a good thing, it's also a bad thing.
I underestimated you. So by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
This is going to be good, guys. Get comfy. That's all I'm going to say. Just get comfy. We're going to learn so much in here. Secure container hatch, titanium metal, meta alloy. Gene locked via identity scan. That's... I have no idea what a meta alloy is, but I'm going to quickly check back here. I'm not sure if there is anything back here. I've never had a chance to look before because I never even thought about it. No. Looks like we're good and clear. Okay. Yippee. Zero Dawn, baby.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Another instant. Alright, these ones I'm going to read. I know we've not read any of the ones before. We're going to read these because these are important to the story. It lets you kind of see into the minds of the people who are there. Okay, lounge staff, admin, another incident. This morning, unfortunate incident with Dr. Pavovich is yet another example of the reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who served on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we've already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are responsibly calm and well behaved, but we need help handling exceptions to the rule. Please respond. We've got all these things, you know, these are all explanations of bits and pieces that just explain kind of the mindset of the people living in this world. We've got another one over there as well. We need support too. Reception staff to admin. We need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing, I'm guessing, Zero Dawn candidates when they arrive in the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having their information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators and langbots. The langbots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. So they're not, like, you know, they're being kind of pushed to one side. It's not important right now. going to make sure we don't miss absolutely anything, because I don't want you guys kind of missing out on a little piece of story because I'm rushing through. I appreciate you kind of going, rival, just go, just go.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Soundproofing. Lounge staff to admin soundproofing. Will it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Although the question would be, why are they crying, sobbing, and screaming?
Full already.
I mean, they're being told what's happening, obviously. Restock or else. Lounge staff to admin, restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because they're out of organic cucumber, mint, or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steeped demand jokes, okay? Oh, that's bad. Bad jokes. Bad. Bad. Bad enough that Rival actually is thinking about using them. That's how bad they are, people. That's how bad. I'm actually considering using them. Okay. Get ready.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
There you go. That's how bad things are.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Okay. So there's the question then. How did she do it?
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Doesn't matter, buddy. You could argue that it's your tomb. Looking for the others. We've got so many things we can read down here. We're going to try and take them all.
Better down here. Far from sun and light.
One down. There was 4 that came down, I think. I'm trying to find the last one, unless there was only 3. Might have been only 3. One left. You feeling lonely, buddy?
Good. We're too close to let tribal primitives stop us now.
Indeed.
The data points. What do they contain?
Right, we're going to drop that. We're going to work our way around this entire area. We're going to clear everything out. And pick up all this stuff. There's going to be lots of stuff to pick up.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we could negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Zero Dawn. But what is it? Alright, let's take a look at this one. Debriefing after presentation 1. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they've received. It's important to be aware the candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It's essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh Plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with the data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Addendum 1B, and the unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addendum C1, C2, and C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If candidates ask for more time to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted. Basically, they need them to accept this. Not break down, not freak out, accept it. calmly, rationally, okay, this is the new normal. Now how do we work with it? They don't need them going off the deep end. They need them calm and focused. So give them as much time to deal with it as they need.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
She's basically just gone, that's what's going to happen, so how are you going to fight it? I like that. That's the kind of person you want. Immediately just going, okay, fine. I'm aware of the kind of problems this is going to cause and the scope of the scale. How do we deal with it?
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it...
He's falling apart. And I apologize, I hit the wrong button there. But he's falling apart. He can't cope. It's too much for him.
I can't spare the weight.
So that would be where they were actually doing these like kind of talks.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them?
Not just people. All organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pike wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Another one losing it.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
Doesn't care about anything. Gotta wonder what he's so important to.
You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Guilt. Help build them.
I think there is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things? I know that there's already a lot to take in. In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die? We're going to be able to answer some of these questions. I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me. You were brought here because of your skill set. No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
It matters a whole hell of a lot for what Zero Dawn is.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek. You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself.
Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life, for us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Well, there you go. That's Zero Dawn. Not to save humanity, but to bring them back after they died. It's kind of a lot, really, isn't it? Well, we've got to the end of today's video. We'll be going through that door next time. That's an awful lot to kind of pick up. And then we've just come this small distance from the front of the building, just straight through, and wow, just so much already. But anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, then please do hit that like button. Don't forget to comment and share. If you're new to the channel like we saw, please do consider subscribing. A big thank you to my patrons who help make all this possible. Until next time, you lot, take care of yourselves. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.